Okay, I did take this order, so I'm off to go to McDonald's at the regional airport. It was worth it. It's Grubhub. I decided, let's make some money. I don't even know how much it was. It wasn't like it was a whole bunch. I can't even remember. I don't remember anymore what I'm getting order. I can't even think straight anymore. But it was definitely worth going. And maybe I'll start staying busy. And it's nice outside, so I call Aiden to tell him, you know what, if you're gonna go bike, you can, because the weather actually is pretty damn nice outside. I was wrong about that. It is Friday. Hopefully their dad won't be coming home, so where's Aiden? You know, because he'll be like mad. But he might, because he might come back for that truck. And I guess Raymond will be like, I don't know. He's playing with Aiden and Raymond right now. They're on the computer. I don't know if they were playing together, because sometimes they are and sometimes they're not, you know? But, I didn't even... Oh, which I fucking told Aiden that we would read at lunchtime. If he's biking, I guess that's not going to happen, but... Did I tell you that we finished that book finally? Yeah, we finally finished the Galaxy book, me and Raymond. We just finished the damn thing yesterday. We're just like... Let's read the last 4 chapters. They're so damn short. That worked out perfect. And so I'm going to start The New Girl, which is Fear Street book, in a few days. I'm not starting it today. I told him, so it's usually Friday, Saturdays, there's days off, but I'm only going to make him do math. I told him, we're going to keep him on the math. So I'm making Raymond do math. That's it. I could make him do other shit, but I'm not gonna torture him, you know, because these are like his Fridays and Saturdays. I mean, Saturdays and Sundays, Fridays and Saturdays. That's my Friday, Saturday. It's Saturday and Sunday. Even though technically, I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to make him work 7 days, I will, you know, and I do sometimes. And sometimes we take weeks off because we're allowed that. Like, I'm not good at keeping structure, though. Like, I once tried to do, like, I want to say it was, like, 6 weeks on and 1 or 2 weeks off. Because that's how some people were doing it, you know? Like, in 6 weeks increments. And then taking a nice vacation, which was kind of a cool idea. But I don't know. Too much shit happens in my life that doesn't end up usually happening. Like, you know, try to... And you don't know when you do need a vacation. Like, let's say people get sick and you're just so fucking sick you don't even want to do anything, right? So, you know, you're like, oh God. So that could end up being your vacation week if you're sick. Or let's say you're going to take a trip. Although you could make your trip part of your schooling, because let's face it, it's part of life. And, you know, and I mean, I'm a kind of eclectic. Like, I try, part of me is an unschooler. Part of me is one of those people that does the Charlotte Mason. I love the Charlotte Mason. And, God. And then sometimes I do regular school shit. Like a public school. Depends on the subject. You know? Like math. Obviously, you need curriculum for math. I'm not winging that shit. Look, I found there's a lot of time. When the fuck do you use any of this shit? That's the crazy part about unschooling. Like, you know, you gotta, first you get your kids deschooled by not doing anything for a while, right? And then you have to live life and teach them in everything you're doing. But there's some shit that you realize you don't come across shit that's kind of important that you might not use all the time. I have found this, you know, and I remember when we used to do postcards and shit like that. I would make them write postcards, all these people, and this and that, and then I even made some blank checks so I could teach them how to write checks. Like, this is how you write a check. Oh, this is an envelope, so we'll write our addresses on it, you know, because that's like shit, right? But who writes letters anymore? Hardly. Who even pays bills that way anymore? You know, who writes checks anymore? I have never, well, yeah, remember I wrote one check this year, and I was so fucking scared it was gonna bounce, because they didn't fucking cash it for a long time, and I was like, oh God, is it bounced? I don't even know, you But no, they finally cashed the fucking check like months later, and it freaked me the fuck out. I was like, Jesus, I will not write a check again, because that was a very horrible experience, especially when your bank is always in limbo. I don't know how people do it. I'm like, it ain't worth it. So it's like, I don't even know, like, is our checks the wave of the future? Will people still be using them in the future? I don't even know. But so it's just things like that you don't even realize. But and let's face it, remember in the old days, kids answered the telephone. Now of course they have their own telephones, but if you don't, the parents are the ones answering. When do they need to answer the fucking phone? Like, there's a lot of shit I used to do my kids don't do anymore, period, anymore. And you could bypass a lot of shit if you want to, like, you could bypass so much shit without even realizing it. And then later on you're like, oh, I never taught my kid that. Oh my God. It's like teaching them Roman numerals. Do they need it? Probably not. But I mean, luckily for me, it's in the math curriculum. Like Aiden, he can read. Well, at least he could. I don't know if he still can, because it's been a couple of fucking years since he's probably used it. But he could totally fucking read Roman numerals, And Raymond, we haven't gotten there yet with the Roman numerals. I don't think. Yeah, I don't recall them getting there. So, and then, the clocks and this and that and whatever, luckily that's just in the math curriculum. That is what is nice about math. Math actually does teach a lot of basic shit, which is freaking nice. And, yeah, and English, science. You really have to go out there and find things they like. And that's the thing with unschooling. You're supposed to teach them the shit that they want to learn and what they like. Get it out there. And, that's not always easy. And then, but, oh, I love it. I started getting kind of like, we're close to the second semester anyway. But I started pulling out some more shit that I had saved, of things I want to do with Raymond, and I'm trying to organize it so I can start doing it again for maybe the second half. And I'm thinking about buying this one curriculum, by December, so we can start it. Like I said, I might start it in December and not just wait till January. Like I said, hell, we can do whatever we want. It's not the same as regular school, so we might start it in December after I buy it, because I'm going to be excited. I'm already excited. If I had the money, I'd already bought this curriculum, but it's going to cost me like, I don't know, let's say $70, and I don't have $70 extra right now. I literally don't. Like, if I spent $70 right now, I'd be screwed, because I have a lot of bills coming up, and we're, unfortunately, because of the stupid holidays, I'm gonna have a lot of freaking days off. And like, it's not just the holidays. I'm fixing to have a grandbaby in a couple days. We got a birthday party on Sunday, grandbaby on Monday. Then I assume we're gonna go back there, hopefully, to the hospital on Tuesday, so the other kids can see their nephew, and we can see the baby too again. And then there's Wednesday, I can work. And Thursday is stupid Thanksgiving. I don't be able to work on Thanksgiving. Plus, everything's going to be closed on Thanksgiving. And then Friday, oh my God, Friday. I can work Friday, maybe Saturday. It's just going to be rough. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to make it. I got to pay a phone bill. All this shit's automatically coming out. All right, I'm here. I got to go. But I'll talk to you later.